And we're happy to welcome you guys to a Renegade Squadron presentation. We have Teacher and BenKenobi about to play today, and they're about to start.
Thanks for joining us. Excited for this matchup. I know these boys, being teammates, have been playing some mind games back and forth. Who's playing what kind of format their deck's going to look like, what cards they're including, what cards they're maybe not throwing in based on what they anticipate their opponents to play. So should be really good. Excited to watch.
Yeah, and so we'll fade into the game here. They're about to begin.
What are you most looking forward to seeing, Tommy?
I can't wait to see what Teacher is going to roll out against BenKenobi. And I mean, I know, like you said, they've been going back and forth. This is not going to be a gentleman's game. They're going to be pulling out all the stops.
All spare LargePorg Star Wars cards. I played Ben's deck. Played against him late night. Saw most of what it does, and then Teacher did send me his list. So got a feel for what they're playing. All right, looks like they're getting rolling.
All right, here we go. So the game is live.
All right, standard start. Interesting Teacher going with Dagobah start. A little bit of mind games there. Not playing Dagobah, but playing the Hut.
Oh, I wonder if Teacher's going to try to Great Warrior or... All right, this is interesting.
All right, just some activation early. Nice. Ben was probably stoked to see that. It's funny. I keep going back and forth whether I love or hate being unable to pull locations. Sometimes it feels like it adds a layer of complexity to the game, like how to manage the very little resources that you have. While others, it feels like just silly and like nobody can do anything.
Oh, wow. So we got the Hut come out of Teacher's hand on turn one. And so he's got a nice juicy 5 force there. Always interesting to the two Renegade Squadron members, now going at each other here in the retro event.
We're still yet to decide what the rules of conduct are between sharing between each other. I asked the group and got the response was pretty sarcastic. So we're yet to decide how this is going to look.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of drawing. Both players are increasing their hand size. And who's going to fire with the first Grimtosh or Monarch? Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. I think, they're very varying theories. 12 cards is usually a good place to start if your opponent hasn't. There it is. Speak of the devil. Because, he hasn't had an opportunity to get anything out of his hand.
Right.
And then you obviously have an opportunity to see what he's working and what his deck is looking like. So let's see what he's got. Does he hit?
It doesn't look like he got anything. Let's see.
He hasn't come back yet. Fun card. Surprise for the Revo Tentacle. Little lovely sportsmanship. Good job, Ben.
BenKenobi really happy that the Teacher has spent 4 force and essentially his whole turn here to not take anything out of his hand.
Sure. Teacher is having some words with Gemp for why that is the case. We always curse. I always curse Gemp gods. I guess you can only speak for myself.
Right. Well, you see, Darkside, he's got Zuckuss in hand. Nice ability for character. He's got his Silver Bullet card here. Shut him up or shut him down.
Nice floatable 6. Yeah. I think the challenge with those cards are great. But I think in the format here, I would rather just have another copy of Altar because it's more utility than one bullet card for back to tank. And I don't know. Varying theories of thought on that, I'm sure. But for me, I would rather just the utility of another Altar.
Right. And getting your Obi-Wan or your Vader out early to facilitate the use of those. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, Tommy. I didn't think about the ability of pull a card like shut them up and shut them down. You don't need to have a character on table. You don't have to draw against them, so you can just turn it off from hand, which is nice. I could see some benefit there.
Yeah, love those. Light side probably wants to get back to take tank outs. They has a little bit more versatility, a little bit of comfort. They know if they lose a battle, they'll get the character back. It'll cost them. And then dark side just ready to shut that plan right down with this. Yeah.
Yeah, in the games I've played, it seems like I've played a fair amount in this format now. Light side, Savrip, and back to tank seem to be staples in most decks. All right, so we got Obi coming down. And then drawing up, so no Saber. Drawing a 12. Are you thinking about that 13th card? Smart man, holds on to it. One force extra.
Neither player has taken the aggressive approach here. They're just bobbing and weaving, waiting to see what the other is going to do, trying to get their activation up. Teacher now with the Sense Alter advantage.
Yep. So here comes Dagba. Cave. So is Darkseid able to deploy to that site? Or they flat out can't, right? Because it's on Dagba.
Exactly. Correct? Yeah, I think those are the special rules. No deploying or Ellising there. But let's see, the light side can cancel. Oh, what does it say? Lose one force if Yoda on table, but not on Dagobah. What's the site that allows Darkseid to cancel a force drain? There is a site there. I forget which one it is.
Yeah, I thought it was Cade, to be honest. But it looks like that's not the case. There is one.
Yeah.
Where so it's the Darkseid game text on the Dagobah Cave. So Ben getting aggressive, throwing Cantina and Vader down. So Circle always being a concern for light side. Obi's always running away from his former apprentice.
Teacher with a full hand right now. Probably plenty of defense against the Sense Alter. BenKenobi still full force to play with. He should draw here.
I would agree with you. I don't know what else you're going to drop. It's going to be a huge benefit.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe he's going to move Vader over, put him in front of Kenobi, and leave Zuckuss. Why deploy the two characters there? In my mind, Zuckuss and Vader are overkill at a single site together. I don't think you need necessarily need the extra power. So he's going for the saber and use.
Very clever. Weapon Lev trying to grab that card right out of the use pile. Is it in there?
Doesn't look like he's given a verify.
So he gets the Dark Jedi lightsaber.
Yeah. That was something I did notice when I was playing against Ben. He does run, I think, at least one, obviously. Could be a couple of them.
Yeah, great card. You're gonna fire it for one force, right? Because Vader is ability 6. So it's gonna fire for one force, and it's gonna add one to the drain. Now he can also put Darth Vader's lightsaber and it'll eventually be a drain of 4 there at the Cantina.
Love the idea of Vader with 2 sabers. So awesome.
Yeah, something we haven't seen in any Star Wars media yet.
So I would say Teacher's got to feel a little hot under the collar with losing the drain race and Darkseid with big Tatooine presence.
Yeah, he knows he cannot revolution the hut right now because of the surprise.
There he goes with the uncontrollable fury. I don't remember if Ben had you are beaten in hand.
He did not at the time we saw it. So now Teacher's going to try to punish BenKenobi for not facing him head on. BenKenobi probably trying to find that circle.
Yeah. Or now also trying to find you are beaten.
Yeah.
So I would be curious maybe some mind games here with teacher throwing Kenobi down and moving away. I was thinking maybe try to Ellis there, but he's just now he's digging. He's looking for something.
Yeah, yeah. So he knows he needs to get his, more sense alter protection. He needs to get a lightsaber, maybe a proficiency. He cannot. Yeah, okay.
Control for a drain of 3 seems a pretty good trade, in my opinion.
Yeah. Losing the 1 card over the 3 cards, no brainer. So he dug for that. That's good.
So if you're Ben, you're probably feeling pretty good. Hey, try to go. So there's the additional saber. Got the dual wield.
Ooh, and he hands it.
Very cool.
He hands it to Suckus so that he can get the benefit of the drain bonus for both characters. So
I think he.
So now he's got he's going to get a ping of 2 from the uncontrollable fury.
Yeah. I'll have to ask teacher what he was digging for.
Yeah.
So
halfway through turn 5, does BenKenobi move to the hut here?
I would split forces and move. I think I would move. If I don't have the circle, I move Zuckus in front of Obi. Although he just got the 18 cards, I'm not sure what I do.
18 cards.
I let other play.
All right, so
bring Vader up. That's the opposite of what I said.
Vader does a Mega Man slide to the adjacent site. We're not seeing us. Oh, he's drawing for the circle right now. Let's see what he's got.
Have it already.
He may not want to risk playing it. He may want to go, try to battle him here instead of risk getting it sensed.
Yeah.
Or try to force Obi-Wan away.
Yeah. Into Zuckus. Yeah. Boy, if teacher's got, he may have drawn into what he wants. He's probably saving the 2 force to fake the anti-Ellis Rod. Everybody knows what that card is. The one that makes the character go lost if they do your Ellis dance away.
Yeah, I think it's quite a mercenary.
That's for light side, and then dark side has something solo. It's got Greedo on the
Uta or something, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So now if teacher's got another Grim Task, that would be a great time to play it, because Ben dug in. Okay, so going with the Savrit.
All right. Let's see an altar here from dark side. This could be the first Sense Altar War. Let's see.
Yeah. Also makes me wonder whether this is bait from teacher trying to pull out those Sense and Altars.
Ooh, with the straight up canceling altar. Okay. Teacher lets it go through.
Interesting. Okay. So Ben not challenging the Sabrip after the first altar. So just going, all right. You can have that one. He may not have the additional, or he may just decide that it's not worth the full-on Sense Altar War.
Right, yeah. BenKenobi lets it go through. Always confusing, right? For, still a new consider myself a relatively new player. When you get in deep into a Sense Altar War, managing the pass button in GEMP, it gives you an action every time.
Oh, so he's battling into Vader here. Interesting. Maybe he likes what battle interrupts he has.
He must have another uncontrollable fury in hand. He's got to know that BenKenobi's got another one.
Yeah. Because otherwise, he misses with the swing.
Wow.
Powers are weak.
Yeah. Wow. I have to think light side's at a disadvantage in this battle. Well, he might have what is it, Cryat Dragon or something to add a battle death. Actually, that's defending a battle, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he battles here. He's down in power. He's risking his.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that makes sense. There we go.
Glancing Blow, a card I've never played in my life. Ooh.
So now power 0. So all of a sudden, Obi's beating up on. And my guess, we've got additional Sentinel to back up his play here.
Okay. BenKenobi trying to add a battle destiny here.
And he gets through. Even though Teacher's got 14 cards, you couldn't cancel that.
Wow, or he's really saving it for Circle. He does not want Obi-Wan out of play.
Oh, he would love. I would love if I'm light side to play Circle right now. That would be amazing. Because it'd be power 5 to power 0.
We all know Andy Talaga has a very specific set of rules here. Do not allow anyone to beat you in the sack war. I mean, this is his rule, one of his top rules. All right, here we're coming out over Savrip here.
Okay. Pulls the grab got us game. Okay.
Yeah.
Good play. He doesn't have another altar, it doesn't look like, though.
And no one can play Sense again on this turn now the Tentacle has grabbed it. So it's going to limit the severity.
Oh, he's got another one. Another smoke screen. Somebody does a straight 5 versus 6. He's 6. So another 6 to his power.
Wow.
Darkside whiffing on the 0 draw there. This is not looking good.
Wow.
All right, so gets the 4. Obi stays on table. And Vader says, I'm out of here.
Yep, Obi-Wan is immune because the 2 battle destinies, and then the smoke screen's going to get Darkside. It has to lose 6 for attrition.
Yeah, that's a big play.
Wow, takes Uncontrollable Fury off the board. And I mean, Lightside has got to be sitting pretty right now, and he moves in front of Zuckuss. I don't know if I like that.
I think he's just trying to get aggressive.
He's still got Savrip in hand, 12 cards. He draws a couple. He draws all the force pile right here, so he's got no barriers, no grabbers.
So comment from Ben is that Uncontrollable Fury saved Kenobi there, and the reason for that is Uncontrollable Fury as an auxiliary game tech. Vader no longer adds 1 to Destiny draws, so with the 4 being drawn, Charlie just showing us why he's good at this game. Moves over with the disarm. Zuckuss is now power 2 and got nothing to swing.
Wow. And I see it here now, yeah. Vader did not break Obi-Wan's immunity because of the Uncontrollable Fury, no +1.
And I know from Charlie's perspective, he's been bemoaning the fact that he's as generous as he is, sharing his ideas with the rest of the group. So when he plays, he feels a little bit of a disadvantage because he's just told everybody what the good stuff is. So he's, again, in spite of his willingness to share, also showing us why he is very, very good at the game that he plays.
You know what they say about leadership, the first rule of a good leader is to train your replacement. So hopefully, hopefully Charlie is seeing the fruits of that here in this game and getting a competitive game.
For sure. Yeah, I think my thoughts on this is always that with the game being as it is, not in print anymore, we're not training new players. This game has an expiration date, especially the retro format. So, love to see folks sharing their knowledge. What's good for the game is ultimately good for all those who play it.
Yeah, and Teacher has come out of the gate hard, helping the people in the Renegade Squadron. From what I can tell, he's always helping anyone that asks. So you love to see it. Him and Gempton, a couple of the players that are always very open with their information. And it's just a beautiful thing to keep the game rolling, like you said.
So coming down with the spy, I think he's probably then just probably backing up Zuckuss because Zuckuss is feeling kind of lonely with only one arm and 2 power. So 4 to 5. Yeah, he's just stacking now. Comes the death stack.
This is going to cost him, and he's going to deploy these guys at the expense of not being able to draw. And right, Obi-Wan, if he battles here, Obi-Wan is going to make that Garandin move away. Actually, he doesn't have the one force to do that, so he can't make the dark side spy move away.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to do that because I'm risking drain at the basically allowing dark side to move a character to the hut for free instead of one force and threaten to drain it 3 there. I'd probably keep him set. Ooh. The Ben just coming in with the death stack on Obi. 14 to 5 power.
Oh, he's coming in hot, and it's
all in.
he's
If he plays Crate Dragon here, all of a sudden Obi turns into an absolute ninja. Always swing at Tarkin.
Oh.
I've gone back and forth with teacher on that card. Ruins to me is a liability. That's a conversation for a different time. So the miss on Tarkin.
So he singes Tarkin's hair, but he just barely misses. Teacher is getting all the bad pulls today, and this setup here, BenKenobi strategy, reminds me of some advice I got. People know probably I've been traveling last year quite a bit, playing all the good players, losing to them to try to learn the game. And at the Indoor Grand Prix, one of the guys said, the best way to win is to go raw horsepower. So, you know, if you've got the large power advantage, and here we see a differential of 9, that's going to trump any tricks that could come out. Yeah. And while I agree with that somewhat, there are tricks to subvert that, but
yeah, generally good advice.
Yeah.
So with Savrip on table, I'm not sure. Yeah, another Kenobi covers, and now dark side is heavily committed.
Wow.
I can't tell. No, you can't. It's too bad. I guess I'm sure Ben played this intentionally, but you're always looking for that opportunity with Clash to clash somebody and reduce their ability to draw Destiny. But it looks like he's not going to be. And then now fearing the counter beat. Oh, sorry about the mess. Does he go for Tarkin? Yeah, we always go for Tarkin.
You got to go for Tarkin, especially if Vader comes down.
They'll hit. There's the QMC with the 5. Or QAM, quite a mercenary.
Yeah, and this is that card that's going to cancel the Hell Rot.
Yeah. So now, boy, Kenobi just doing some work for light side.
Now he's going to be able to get the spy to move away. So, you know, with a clash, you know, if he clashes Jasper, he could get some serious overflow on Commander Arden.
Yeah.
BenKenobi's.
Down.
Yeah.
Proficiency, bumping. We'll use some magic terms. Buffing.
A term that I recently learned.
Yeah. And Han. So now he gets to force allow Lightside to redraw for 2 force. Yeah, right. One force. Cancel and redraw. You're just drawn death.
Tell you, the coffee's kicking in here. You know, over here at the LargePorg house.
This game has got me caffeinated. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. It would be a lie to say I wasn't sweating right now. Dark side, you know. This could be the deciding battle.
My question is, what other tricks can Lightside have? He played a lot to get Vader off the table. I'm sure he has much. I think he's just relying on the 2 characters being good characters.
Yeah, and 10 cards. Still got the Savrip. He chooses Jasper.
Using Han's ability, they're really trying to hit Jasper.
Oh, wow.
Well, 2 layers back to back. That's tough.
Oof.
just missing. Again with the now singeing Jasper's bald head.
Yeah, this is table flip territory. BenKenobi, feeling Charlie's pain here.
Oh, and the big draw, so that'll be, well, I could go Savrip from hand. Purring away. Yeah, we'll set that.
Okay.
Not a great draw for Dark Side with the 2. I mean, that's definitely, maybe, you peel the pawn, you keep what you got in hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's either losing
Is that you? Yeah, it's one character, right?
Well, he's either losing Jasper to cover the attrition, or he's losing the other 2, and that's what he does.
Yeah, he uses the 1 and then 1, right? Yeah.
And he's got 1. So now he's got no Battle Destiny draw.
Oh, he's interesting.
Oh, does he?
One boy.
Okay, he does.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
Not able to otherwise, right?
And the ability 3, so he could lose the spy. And I'm surprised that he didn't make him move the spy away. I guess that's a just action.
Drains up of 1, drain of 1, beginning of, or drain of 3 at the beginning of this turn. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. He doesn't want it. Yeah, great point.
So and now Ben just moving away and drawing up.
He's gonna take a drain of 4 here to start a light side's turn.
Yeah. I think he probably fears Charlie's 10 cards. And I mean, Obi with the Sabers, a lot to deal with in this format.
Yeah, BenKenobi having trouble finding his duplicate Vader copies. Yeah.
Like Charlie's comment to Ben in the chat. Come here, you big coward.
The game relatively close. Equal number in the loss pile. They've both got a big drain here. Dark side's going to be getting 3. Light side's going to be getting 4 with the proficiency.
I'd love to see like Chewie plus down at the hut, battle into Dark Side, and then move away. Although now Dark Side has 14 cards in hand.
Sure. Or do you spread? Or do you try to get? Do you go for the spread and?
Yeah. Light Side. I'm feeling like Light Side has the game more where Charlie wants it than maybe Ben, having just employed less. Thrown less to the board, if that makes sense. Although Charlie did have to burn some of his tricks.
Sure, yeah.
It's like Dark Side had to put a lot of characters down.
Yeah, they definitely they lost some momentum there for sure, and didn't get very far. And the board is still kind of an equal light side dark side balance here.
Charlie's going, come here.
We may see a couple of dance moves here as both players look for some more stuff.
Yeah, I think my guess is Charlie's probably drawing for a Grimtash to go used and really limit what Ben's probably fearing the Monarch less than Ben is, considering Obi-Wan's sense alter ability 6 versus whatever. There it is.
Oh, nice call.
Yep. Used. Yep. Put random cards away. So now, depending on what he hits here, whatever plan Ben may have had going into this turn now has to be changed. Assuming Charlie hits what he wants to hit there.
This might be good for light side or dark side if he couldn't get what he wanted. He's got a free reactor terminal there, getting the cards back in hand.
Yeah.
Or in reserve pile.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever in the chat has the screen name Farm Boy. Absolutely love it. That's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone who's watching the game right now. Delete, Farm Boy, Spud, Uncle James. Appreciate you guys stopping by for the game. And feel free to join the LargePorg Twitch anytime to see the lovely commentary.
Or maybe stay and just watching the game if you don't want to hear us talk.
And just a reminder to anyone on the stream right now, both players will be joining after for a post-game interview.
All right, so dark side getting more activation coming out of hand. Wow, do we know? And they're just dancing back and forth. I think obviously light side advantage here, as they're able to, with Obi-Wan, Saber, and Proficiency, even at an O2 site, can drain for 2. So not losing a whole lot.
Definitely going to get that, yeah.
Trading the back and forth. And actually, light side probably feels better with the 2 characters at the cantina for dark than those 2 characters sitting at the hut. Because your dark side's only able to drain for 2 instead of 3. Whereas light side can drain for 2, and they can just trade back and forth.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see whoever is running is usually losing the game because they're not going to get the benefit of getting their drain in.
For sure.
So BenKenobi, yeah. What's your guess?
I was going to say, go ahead, Tommy. I interrupted you. I'm not sure what my guess was. My guess was that this is a good game.
Well, BenKenobi draws up all the cards he lost in the last turn, and we'll see if he got anything on the other side of his deck here.
Yeah. Interesting that Ben saves 3 force in reserve for the beginning of his next turn. I don't know of anything that requires 3. Maybe he's got a system and executor and wants to drop real big in space.
We have the taunt by Teacher here, trying to continue the mind game, saying that BenKenobi stinks at making decks.
And you play bad cards. Maybe Andy Talaga saying, don't ever play bad cards.
Shout out to Kendall Hallman here for his bad deck breakdown. Tune into his podcast and his network to see why you should play bad cards and why you should make bad decks. It could be fun.
Yeah. There is an aspect of, oh yeah, we're supposed to have fun with this game too. which I respect.
As our esteemed frodolight usually says, fun greater than winning. It's an arguable point, but certainly has some truth to it.
So teacher bemoaning his inability to draw into additional characters. And then echoing the sentiment. So my guess that Charlie hit with the Grimtash, hit what he needed to from Ben.
Yeah.
Does it again. The teacher just dominating the hand size control.
Yeah, Lightside is in charge of this game right now with a 20-card hand. Definitely got some options.
You would hope. Does Ben drop Vader in circle? Vader, Saber in circle? We'll see.
So right now, BenKenobi as Darkside, he's got to play the Monarch Lost. He's got to get some cards out of Charlie's hand into the Lost pile. And so if he does play it Lost, 1 sense can be played. We'll assume Teacher plays. Then BenKenobi with the Altar. And as long as Charlie doesn't have the control, he could succeed and get... I'm sure there's some duplicates in Charlie's hand right now.
You'd have to think. I mean, we're not running just one copy of Sense, right? You got to think he's got at least a couple.
Yeah. And Tentacle making that Sense unique. You'd have to think Charlie would grab the Altar if it was played, so we'll see what goes. Right now, they're just bantering back and forth instead of playing the game. That's what makes this game so fun. You know, you can have your... are they on a Discord call together as well as they're playing? Or...
I think they said they decided against it. I think Charlie wanted to focus, although it doesn't seem like
they're having fun. You love to see it, but Darkside needs to make a move here.
and just running away again. So and giving up the drain of 4 there. Yeah, with the I see it's so interesting with Tentacle. Ben had to showcase it to me when we played the other night.
Okay.
How the lasting effect of Sense being unique can really impact the game above and beyond just the one turn that you play Tentacle.
Yeah.
And I had not kind of thought that through as far as like full game play lines. So it definitely has a significant impact on how the sack war plays out after Tentacle hits the table.
Yeah, it's huge. You no longer have the war anymore. It doesn't come down to how many do you have, and you have to really choose what you sense and alter very carefully.
So Charlie now choosing to add the bonuses with the saber and fearing the weapon of an ungrateful son, which does go through. No control from Ben either with the 12 card hand or 11 card hand.
Oh wow!
Oh, and there goes the circle. He had 5/6 stacked on the reserve. That's tough. Two shut him up. Yeah.
Impressive.
Maybe. I not sure I see the wisdom in 2 shut 'em ups other than the floating 6s, but Ben beats me when we play. So who am I to say?
Yeah, interesting choice.
It's not too. Teacher points out that he grim-tashed that out of hand probably. So it's probably the same one floating.
Okay. Light side here, pressing the drain advantage. He's going to come for a drain of 3 unless dark side can respond.
Yeah. And that's what I think light side likes to do, right? With Cloud City being added, you get the lower corridor, which is finally a good location for light side to drain at. So you're now threatening a drain of 3 plus the drain of the cantina. The dark side's got to do something because this math isn't looking good for Ben.
Yeah, and this beautiful card here. One of the 2 characters found in Decipher's Dagobah set, Son of Skywalker, coming down. The location making him a power 7 character. So that's what you want to see.
Big time. And then moving in front to block the drain. So good turn for Charlie. And he's drawing up, feeling comfortable protecting against the Monarch.
Yeah, he's looking at a drain of 5 right now. Darkside can only sustain that for 3 more turns, so he's got to do something.
Yeah.
Or actually, he had like 6 more turns left in him if nothing changes right now.
Yes, this light side mains imposed deck can be so strong with so few things on board, right? So, I mean, you look at 2 characters, 2 sabers, and proficiency, and you're putting yourself in a winning position, plus Sabret. So, like, you can do a lot with very little. It gets ruthlessly efficient, which sometimes can be a win strategy.
Yeah, right now, where light side has the end, the light at the end of the tunnel in sight, I'm thinking about what LargePorg's key card of the game could be right now.
Key card. I've got my money on the continued use of Grimtash to control Ben's hand. That to me has been the difference in the game. Charlie was able to disrupt. I would be afraid of entry force. Yeah. Can't say I'm afraid of. Maybe I played it wrong. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Obviously not saving anything in reserve. So now have no ability to draw Destiny for Dark Side. So indicating he's probably not gonna ask for the revert.
Okay, and that's a common revert. Usually you see the revert on the activate phase. That's something that was allowed in the Decipher days. You activate, then you deactivate, and if you're Haze, you activate, deactivate, activate, and you go back and forth while you decide. Charlie, of course, ever the gentleman, allows it. Oh, and so where did he revert to? He's in his deploy phase.
He's got to put something on the table. If he doesn't, he's got no ability to draw destiny from Charlie. I'm battling like immediately. I think maybe some technical difficulties now with figuring out GEMP and trying to get to the right revert place.
Yeah, that's something I would say to all the new players, and I went through the pain of it as well, still do. If you revert on GEMP, try to go back more than just one turn. Go back to the beginning of a phase or something, because GEMP, the various arrays and the programming there doesn't always back up exactly how you want.
So here we go. Now Ben still in, so he doesn't change his activation. He goes back to his deploy phase.
Interesting.
Throws down a good drain site for dark side. Some additional activation, which obviously Ben is not needing. He's got 23 cards in reserve, or excuse me, in his force file.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my key card of the LargePorg's key card of the game. It might be the smoke screen.
Yeah, to get Vader off table.
Yeah.
And I would say in conjunction with Uncontrollable Fury, which removes Vader's ability to add one to Battle Destiny to the 4 that would generally be a 5 with Vader's game tech. With Uncontrollable Fury on the table, made that a 4 and allowed Lightside to keep Kenobi on the table, which, I mean, Ben, as in Obi-Wan, has been hanging out on the table all game, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the combo. Uncontrollable Fury, smoke screen.
Yeah. Now I wonder if Charlie has another copy of Uncontrollable Fury. That would be pretty awesome.
I think he does. I think that's card number 1 in his hand from 15 turns ago, whatever.
All right, so maybe I guess Dark Side can't Cantina shuffle, right? It's Light Side Cantina or Light Side Moss Ice Sleeves that allows you to.
Let's take a look here. The Dark Side Cantina has no shuffle. Yeah, it's gonna be the light side.
And those who don't know the Cantina Shuffle, you get a character at two characters at the Moss Ice Sleeves. You drain with one of them, move the other, drain at Cantina, and then move the character left behind at Moss Ice Sleeves into Cantina at the end of your turn. So you're moving, but you're getting a drain of 5 instead of a drain of 2 or 3.
Yeah. You protect your 2 characters. You get both drains, and then as you split up, and then you rejoin them at the other site. So Dark. Yeah. Wow. He's got a drain of 4 coming up. Mos Eisley is kind of isolating Obi-Wan there. He's not going to be able to get to the Cantina without some tricks.
Yeah. With Teacher, 21 cards in hand, you got to believe he's got some answers.
Oh, he's got some answers. Let's see. This is going to be a good turn here. So he's 12 in reserve. Let's see what Lightside activates 11, leaving 1. So no battles coming up because there's only 1 reserve. We're not gonna. I don't expect to see a neighbor leads into a battle. Yeah, not with 1.
I mean, maybe he's got. Sorry about the mess, and he's gonna neighbor him. But even then, he didn't save enough cards to do it. So
right. Yeah, so I don't expect to see any lightsabers swung this turn. Lightsabers swung by Lightside.
Yeah.
Oh, BenKenobi losing a dot.
Yeah. From hand. So if he's got another, Charlie's got another Uncontrollable Fury, this would be the time to play it.
All
of a sudden you're trading.
Yeah.
2 for 2 with Vader.
That would be the nail in the coffin right there. I'm putting my money on another Uncontrollable Fury. Let's see.
Because at that point, Lightside could just basically hang out and say, "Come get me," because I'm ahead. You've got a lot more cards in Lost. Where Tree, I think even then, Lightside's ahead in the drain race and doesn't have to do anything. It can just leave game state as is and win the game.
Yeah, Darkside's got to find a way to balance it out. They're down 10 cards differential of loss pile here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Now he's insult to injury. So probably Super Falcon, Wedge, Han, and the Falcon. Oh, it's a Lando. Maybe he doesn't have.
Yeah, Darkside can only cook up 14 cards for deploy next turn, and Lightside does have the immunity to attrition with Lando piloting.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Foreshadowing by Decipher when they printed Falcon. Obviously, no Lando in the game yet. However, the game text does indicate that Lando is eventually going to be printed because Han, Chewie, or Lando piloting. Kind of a cool little foreshadow there.
Yeah, that was so fun. Back in the day, I opened some, Java's Palace. I had the second anthology, and when you saw those broken links, you knew. I mean, this is a premier card right here, Millennium Falcon. Lando coming out. Oh, pause. 3 or 4 sets later.
Yeah.
And so you knew they had the vision to it. That's what made it so great. And that's another reason why I love the Star Wars Legends timeline, because all that stuff, the whole story went through Lucas, and so there was no inconsistencies in the storyline. One person verifying everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting too with the Legends stuff is you had a lot of other creative minds contributing to the universe in general, although all subject to Lucas's vision of what he wanted the universe to exist, what the universe to consist of. So very interesting.
Right. And I do love seeing, all the creative process going on right now in the new canon. It looks like they're trying to integrate the Legend stuff back. I mean, that's 30 years of work right there by everyone. It's like, let's not throw that in the trash. Come on.
So back to the game we're watching. So Lightside now threatening an additional drain of 3. Moves Ben over in front of the 2 characters at Mos Eisley. I can't tell. And so Ben is drawing Destiny there. But Kenobi is power +2 in battle, or power +1 in battle with the proficiency and has the stick. So it's power +3 in battle. Kenobi is an 8. So Darkseid disadvantage from a power perspective.
Yeah, and Garandan is going to be power +1 because of the Darkseid's sight text. He's a spy.
However, Kenobi can now, Lightside player, Charlie, can now move the Garandan to the left over into the Cantina during a battle and not fear an additional drain, where before you probably didn't want to use that aspect of Kenobi's game text.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I mean, he still might not do it because I think the Darkseid chooses which direction he goes.
Oh, is that how it works? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe still doesn't do it. Darkseid getting some drains in. Charlie's probably losing some stuff from hand that he wants to get rid of. Yeah. So War 2, Yavin sights out of hand. And then draining for 2 with Vader. All that talk of uncontrollable fury from Charlie didn't come out. So he didn't have it.
Yeah, so he only had 1. What I'd love to see BenKenobi play right now, Darkseid, is throw down undercover. Maybe in the Cantina. I mean,
and then move over into Ben.
Yeah,
stack in front of Kenobi.
Yeah. It might be too late, but an undercover would be great.
Oh, 5 for leads.
Okay.
Costing him a lot. Where he's going with it? Maybe in front of Luke. No, in front of. All right, here we go.
Darth Vader coming in hot in the control phase.
Yeah. Charlie's probably laughing, saying, "Okay, kids, when are you supposed to do that? Not during the control phase."
Okay, let's see the sense that we need a sense altar war here.
Oh, and he plays mercenary. Just take Vader off table. Well played, Charlie.
Wow.
That was, yeah. Yep, but I had to.
Wow, BenKenobi, no sense in hand.
Yeah, Ben, I think identifying that he, in spite of his risk, had to make that play and see if Charlie had the cards, right? Does he have the cards?
Yeah, that's really rule number one. You hear Dean Tartaglione, Garrett Larson when they commentate the PC's open. Make sure he has the card. You know, you have to draw out that card.
So now Ben points out he's in last stand mode, so just battling into Kenobi again. Got power. Oh, so here we go. I'm so excited. So the tripler, when Darkseid battles into Lightside, you can play this card, don't underestimate, which triples the eventual battle damage for the loser. And then you play a bunch of tricks to ensure you win the battle as Lightside. Now we get the Sense and Ultra War, Sense being... so he gets through with Sense being...
So a brief struggle here.
It was the Grimtashes, yep.
Yeah. So a brief struggle here.
Go ahead, please. By all means, tell me.
Oh, my dad. So let's see what happened here. So Lightside tries to triple battle damage for the loser, and Sense, Alter, Control. Darkseid wins. Then Lightside has another Alter.
Right. On the Sense. And Sense is now unique. So then the Sense is canceled and the effect, the interrupt goes through.
The interrupt goes through, and I don't see the Cryat Dragon card or whatever it is to add a battle destiny.
I guess he's waiting on it.
Okay, can't remember if that's a just action or probably not. Let's see.
Yeah, I think you can. We'll see. Yeah.
Oh,
he can play it after weapon space.
Yeah, he swings at the spy. There we go.
That's boom. Just wonderful gameplay from Lightside. Doesn't even need the Crate Dragon.
Oh, and there's the tripler right here. So let's see if Darkseid can survive this.
Unlikely. If Charlie basically doesn't draw 0, this game is over. Two smoke screens on Kenobi. Kenobi just tanked this game.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's 24. What?
Wow.
I decided to put out the flames.
Wow.
That should be GG's for I guess it's going to appeal. Going to give Charlie the satisfaction of seeing all the cards go lost. Wonderful game.
Wow.
Congratulations to Charlie. Well played, Ben.
Jeez, unbelievable. What a game.
What a game. So we're going to get the boys on to talk through?
Yeah, let's get the guys in.
That was just incredible to watch.
So definitely LargePorg's key card of the game here is going to be the smoke screen. Gotta be.
Yeah, gotta be. Yeah, or I mean, I can see a couple of things. We'll get the boys' input first, and then maybe I'll do mine last. Charlie's gonna go refill his coffee.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, key card. Maybe while we wait for the guys to join for me, key card. Smoke screen. Played twice. Takes Vader off table with it and limits the randomness of his destiny draw after the tripler had been played. Hey Ben, how's it going, brother?
That was an amazing game. That was a lot of fun.
So good. So good. So walk us through what your strategy was.
So, did you guys want me to send you my deck list so everybody can see, or?
If you want it to be out in the world, we could probably bring it up.
Sure.
I mean, sure. Yeah. So basically, my strategy was very ground focused. I like lightsabers, right? They're fun. So there's a bunch of lightsabers. Like Charlie's going to join us in a moment, but I was bouncing off of ideas off of Seymour 89, Clayton Moore, and off of Andy Caliga for this because Talaga, I think that's how he says it. Because normally, like I'm talking with Charlie all the time about deck ideas, and I couldn't do it this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was bouncing off ideas with Andy, and Andy kept telling me Dark Jedi lightsaber's awful, get rid of it, and I'm like, no, I'm not getting rid of it. And I actually got to use it with Vader this time, which was a lot of fun. Because I mean, didn't we all use Dark Jedi lightsabers when we were kids?
Of course.
That was the lightsaber that you had, you know?
Yeah. I mean, any other, I think I had 2 or 3 of them and thought it was the coolest card ever.
Right.
When I came back to the game, I opened a Premier starter pack, and I had a Dark Jedi lightsaber in there. I thought I was on top of the world. That was 2020, I think.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
I was just going to say, Ben, I enjoyed Charlie's comment to you that since I know you play that card.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Ben, good game, man.
Yeah, good game to you too. Man, that was so different from any other game I've seen in this format yet.
How so?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen that many, I guess, not compared to you, but like couldn't get any characters on the board, and we're both drawing like crazy, and you Grimtosh Vader out of my hand, I think twice, at least once, and maybe it was Vader Saber once and Vader once. But when the first time you played the Grimtosh used, I had Vader and Saber in hand with weapon levitation, and I was going to come down after in a spy, and I was going to come down after Obi and knock out his Saber out of hand, and hopefully hit him, and that might have changed the game completely. So, but that didn't happen. You Grimtoshed me.
That first Grimtosh of your hand was like, I'm like, oh, look, a tentacle, like, great. There's, that's gonna mess up my 6 senses.
I know you like to run all those, so I did put a tentacle in there. And for that reason, and it did come in handy. It got a few of my interrupts through when they wouldn't have otherwise. Oh, another one. I was going to. When I had the weapon levitation, so this is like few turns. Was it 5, 6? How many turns did we go? That was a lot of turns.
It was a grind. Yeah.
So I also had what is it? Not shut him up or shut him down. I was gonna play like I was gonna try and take out one of your effects or interrupt or something, and basically just to make sure that I could get through that weapon levitation. I was going to play something that you had to sense or that I'd sense just so I could get that through, because I knew the game in large part pivoted on that. But of course, you got me there first.
Well, I mean, the only thing that you would have played that I would have felt required a sense would have been a circle.
Would have been a circle. Yeah, I was digging for the circle and I couldn't find it. I have 4 Vaders in this deck. And 2 Vader Sabers, 1 Dark Jedi lightsaber, which seems like a good balance.
I don't like the Dark Jedi sabers.
Yeah, so I was talking with Nisha and Tommy, and so normally we're talking a lot about what we're doing, and deck ideas and stuff. Usually you've got way more complete packages than I do, because I'm like, I got this idea and it's stupid, but I'm gonna try it, and it's usually really bad. But so instead of talking, because I couldn't talk with you, I was talking with Clayton, Seymour 89, and Talaga, and getting advice from Andy. Andy gave me a lot of really solid advice on the deck. one of the things that he said was to get rid of that lightsaber. He's like, it's bad. And I'm like, I know it's not that great of a card, but I like Jasper with the lightsaber or Zuckuss with the lightsaber. It's fun. And it gives you another way to use like a clash of sabers or well, URB, I guess, for Dark Side, or any of the other cards that you can use with that. So I wanted to have fun, and I had fun.
Yeah. When I did that first scrim toss on you, like you had the shut 'em up or shut 'em down in your hand, and I had back to tank. You had the point conversation anyway. I had gifted the mentor. I'm like, oh god, like all my little like support cards here. You have the silver bullet in your hand. I'm just like, all right, just draw. Look for something.
I anticipated that a little bit.
Oh yeah, there's such great cards in this environment.
Right.
Yeah, I was just kind of giggling when I drew like the back-to-back Princess Leia's, like funny. Like Ben wasn't doing too good at that saber in battles, but it worked out. I mean, I've been workshopping this deck for a while, and you guys have seen the different versions, posted up in like the Renegade chat. But I also hit up like Andy Talaga and How Do We Get in This Mess, Joe, and SWC player. I'm like, all right guys, like this is what I'm looking at running. Like, what am I missing? What am I weak against? Like, what's up? And I sent it, and then I went to the concert last night. And then I woke up this morning and I read their feedback and their comments. I'm like, these are all good things. So I added in the 2 smoke screens, the Red Leader, the Glancing Blow, the Redemption, the Han Solo this morning, and I pulled out some other cards. I can't really remember what I pulled out at this point, but I knew I really wanted to go with 3 Grim Toshas against you. Andy and Joe, they're both like, the weakness is defending Obi-Wan's hut, so like start Yoda's hut. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna start Yoda's hut. The one site I find for the majority of the game is Obi-Wan's hut. I'm just like, well, shoot, I am going to be defending this now.
You're flying with Obi's side. You're like, well, I might as well just started it.
I was like, whatever.
I was also trying. So the Obi-Wan's hut was great. It was the focal point. It was the defending Obi-Wan's hut and moving back and forth. One of the things
what I did not want to do this game.
I had drawn into an Ellis like midway through, and then your Grimtosh just didn't take it out. And I was trying to get a sequence where I could play the Ellis, and if you have quite a mercenary, maybe you did. It doesn't matter. But if you didn't, I would have been able to control the sense that might have tried to cancel it, and I was going to try and get them over to like a cantina and basically get the situation that I had put in there, but have it happen earlier. But the Grimtouches again put me back so far.
If you could have gotten a third Tatooine site down and get like one step away from everybody, then that would have bought you a couple of turns. It's like if I'm in the cantina, you get to the hut, you can drain, and then I start marching over there, so the next turn you drain. So you get like 2 drains in, and then Obi-Wan would catch up, but that would give you a chance to like refresh your hand and find some more answers.
Right. And then the other thing to go with that, I'm drawing blank now. I had it would have given me a chance to possibly play He Hasn't Come Back Yet if I could get it into my hand, which I didn't. And because I have most ISIS, so you're at most ISIS, that's the site that get it. And it only takes just to draw 4.
It's funny. Oh my god, I knew you had the He Hasn't Come Back Yet at one point, and when you put down the third marker, I was wary of dropping Leia third marker because He Hasn't Come Back Yet. And when I moved Obi-Wan over to most Isley, I didn't even think about that. So that could have been.
It was really talking out of my hand a long time before that. But so was Blizzard Scout 1 or whatever it is. Yeah. And I was going to put a pilot there and put instead of Vader. I actually had, so if you saw the cards that I lost at the end of the game, it's always nice to win on force loss rather than concede, so I clicked through the cards. That's fine.
Absolutely.
But I had Vader in hand, and I losing Vader was a distinct possibility, but also if I wasn't expecting to draw a 5 on my Ellis and then use up all of my 4. So
when you did the Ellis there, I'm like, okay, like he's an Ellis, I might fight a mercenary, then he like Vader will be lost, but he'll play another one from hand, and then you do the 5, which left you with 5/4. So I'm like, nice.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point the game was already lost. I was just trying to have fun, and it didn't even go as well as I had planned. But probably, like for me, I do kind of wonder if battling Obi with putting down all my guys there was a bad idea. I didn't have any sights at that point, and I could have run, and that maybe would have been a better play. But I like battling. I'm here to have fun. So
yeah, I think I would have maybe like done the Garand into the hut and back him up with like Lieutenant Ardan.
Yeah,
and then slide Jasper over. That would have saved you the 3 force for the Tarkin plus the Tarkin that you played, which was 4/4. So
right.
I'm probably deployed there, slid over, drawn up, and try to find that Vader Tarkin combo to reinforce on a future turn.
Yeah, in my mind, that was the better play. But again, I wanted to have fun, and I'd rather battle than run away. I mean, I spent half the game running away, but we had a couple good battles.
We did.
So yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun. I was hoping to get a Vader saber instead of a Dark Jedi lightsaber when I weapon left, and like I knew that I could use it again, but it's fun using that use and then drawing back into it. I will admit I am not a very strong card counter, so I didn't like try to count back into that, which probably would have been a good idea.
But gosh, I mean, with the activation levels that we're having and the size of that would probably have taken several turns for that to come back up. I would have lost track of it by then.
Yeah. So what I thought was interesting is like I wasn't force choke at all. In fact, I was activating way more force than you most of the game, but it didn't make any difference. I couldn't keep up, either in hand size. So I don't know if you guys are sharing our decks in the stream here. But I ran a balanced package of 3 alter, 3 control, 3 sense. Then technical enlightenment, I put in there'll be hell to pay, just in case you decided to like go left field and do on the edge, off the edge type deck. And and I or spaceport speeders, yeah. So I had 2 tentacles in the deck previously, but again, also that's one less thing to lose on a Grimtosh. Like if you had lost Grimtosh me, actually at one point you Grimtoshed me, and then I still had in my hand multiple pairs of cards, which was really annoying. But I had 2 UR beatings and 2 surprises in my hand most of the game. So didn't even need them anyway. Though the used Grimtosh was actually the way better move because I only had like a single Vader, and a single Vader saber, and a single weapon left when I did have that in hand. So it would have actually been better for me to have done it as lost.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just did the lost Grimtosh to kind of get an idea of what you were playing.
Right, I figured that, and I know that Andy has talked about that in his video, saying it's so good for that as light side. I mean dark side too, I guess, but as light side. And I know that I've seen people concede on like turn 1 or 2 when they get both of their Vaders or both of their Obi-Wans or whatever lost from hand.
Yeah. I mean, I was more happy to just know what you had in your hand for me to work around and not just be like, oh, I'm gonna play my back tank. Cancel. Well, crap.
I even had 1 Monarch in my deck, and I like never play Monarch, but I was like, how do I put more in here? Having seen how effective it can be. But I also was like really careful. I didn't have any cards that I had more than 2 of, other than Vader and Sense Alter Control. I really tried to minimize the susceptibility to getting a lost Grimtech. That didn't make any difference.
Which is definitely a solid move, I think.
I will say that before we get too long, because we do have some folks who may actually want to watch this video and get turned off if it's 2.5 hours long. I was just talking. Great discussion. Wonderful game. Maybe for everybody, give your card of the game and or play of the game, and then maybe wrap there for this episode of Radio Free Renegades.
I'll start with mine. LargePorg's key card, you can see it up in the top left, smoke screen. And I chose this one because it had a pivotal role in the first battle. It set light side back, and the game wouldn't have been the same without it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a Andy Talaga recommendation. He's like, you should play one, probably two. All right.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, you have adders, but your destiny sucks. So play smoke screen. I'm like, okay.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a really good call. My deck is overall pretty decent Destiny. So I didn't even know Darkseid didn't have the same type adder, does it? Smoke screen. It's later in the game. Anyway, my card of the game is the Grimtash. Like you guys didn't see my hands, and we'll maybe share the replays here later. But it got me the first time. Didn't get anything again because I curated the deck to not have too many duplicates. But then the two used ones just destroyed me, and they destroyed any chance I had of coming back.
I will say that I feel like I misplayed something in that game. That first battle with Kenobi and Vader, when you played the I Have You Now, I realized that I passed on trying to sense it. Maybe you had the tentacle and the altar or the control or whatever. But since I had reset Vader's power to 0, I wasn't going to be losing that battle, which Stavrik requires you to do. And so I was like, oh crap! Like if he draws a total of 5, like I'm stuck. Like I was Kenobi here. So I'm really happy that Uncontrollable Fury was on Vader and you didn't add one.
That was
I misplayed that. I should have made the attempt to sense it because that could have been a game-defining play. And I got lucky.
Yeah, I agree. That was. I mean, I have a fair number of 5s in the deck, but 5s and 6s. But when I saw you play that and then play the Vader Power 0 card, I was thinking the same thing. Like, this actually gives me a chance to draw a 5, Except I forgot about the not adding one to Destiny from Uncontrollable Fury until I saw the total was 4 and not 5 when I drew a 4. So don't forget about that effect. That was great. Overall,
it was a slow paced chess match, a lot of maneuvering and just trying to find pieces and trying to get some threats going. So I was worried about you, man. I was worried, like you've been seeing everything I've been working on and sharing with the group for the past month. I'm like, all right, like what's he gonna come up with that is gonna be a mismatch?
I didn't try to make a mismatch, really. I tried to make a battle deck to have fun with. In fact, I only added Slave 1 at the last minute, just in case, at Andy's suggestion. I didn't have any space at all previously. It actually started out as basically like a Walker Garrison deck without Walker Garrison. Like I had all the Hoth sites. I had walkers, but not enough to satisfy, or maybe just enough to satisfy Walker Garrison. I threw one in there to start with, but I wanted it to actually end up like elsewhere, that didn't end up happening. It just was really hard to do everything that I wanted to do with that. So.
All right, Charlie, what's part of the game, brother?
Stavrik.
Yeah, huge card, huge.
That's true. Yeah.
For me, I think Uncontrollable Fury, which allowed the 4 to not become a 5 and keep Obi on the table, was like my key card of the game.
I think that was the key unlock of the game.
Hey, better not All right, well, everybody, would love you joining us. Thanks so much for watching, boys. Wonderful game, well played, lots of fun. Glad to hear the discussion. Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your Saturday morning and weekend, and may the force be with you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone. May the force be with you.